Russia launches a second day of airstrikes in Syria, flying about 30 missions on Thursday alone, using drones and satellites to identify terrorist targets. But despite being part of the fight against ISIL in Syria, the Kremlin might be losing ground at home. CCTV's Lyubova reports from Moscow.
Russian warplanes continue to bomb targets that Moscow says belong to the Islamic State for a second day in Syria. Russia's Ministry of Defense says it hit an airbase in Raqqa province, an Islamic State stronghold, on Thursday. However, Moscow's account is disputed by US officials and rebels on the ground who say the areas Moscow struck are mostly held by a rival insurgent alliance. The Syrian ambassador to Russia reiterated Moscow's ISIL claims.
Russia's military forces are coordinating their actions with the Syrian army. We have intelligence on exact positions of terrorist groups. All Russian airstrikes are aimed at ISIL targets.
Syrian activists said civilians, including women and children, were killed in Russian airstrikes. But Russia's president was quick to dismiss these assertions as information warfare. Vladimir Putin also has to convince the public back home that getting involved in the Syrian conflict is necessary. According to polls, 2/3 of Russians are against Russia's military involvement in Syria.
ISIL has a stronghold far from Damascus. It's the opposition that is fighting nearer. It is unclear how the situation will develop, but it's so bad that we are getting from one conflict into another. Repercussions can be very unpleasant, especially for our wallet.
I think we are idiots. Do you need Syria? I don't need Syria. Look at what's happening at home.
More than 50 planes and helicopters are involved in the Russian military operation in Syria, according to Russia's defense ministry. It's unclear how long the operation will go on, but Moscow says it's acting on the request of the Syrian government. The Russian president said the airstrikes would be limited in scope. So far, Moscow hasn't revealed its longer-term plans. With little public support, it remains to be seen just how long the Kremlin is prepared to support President Bashar al-Assad. Lyubova, CCTV, Moscow.